Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parabrahmacharya Asantara Santa Shri Sriman Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Sri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parabrahmacharya Asantara Santa Shri Sriman Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Sri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Namancharya Sri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Govakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopanath Shyam Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardham Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Jamuna Maya Ki Jai. Tulsi Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Natakota Vaishnav Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Jayatam Surato Pangormam Damatir Gati Matsa Vasya Padambo Shoraramadan Mohan. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Which text are we on?
29.
29?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oops. Yes, we're on the Canto 10, Chapter 46. Uddhava visits Vrindavan. And we're on text 29. Tayor ititham bhagavate Krishne nanda jasodayo Dikshanor gram paramam Nanda abodavo Buddha Tayor ititham bhagavate Krishne nanda jasodayo Shajananda jasoda Vikshanu raganam paramam Nanda atodavayo Buddha. Someone else can chant? Tayoridam bhagavati Krishne nanda yashodayo Dikshanuragam paramam Nandam abodho Buddha. Chant. Oh.
Divya Bhakti Mataj, can you hear me? Not there.
She was there a little while ago.
Okay. Lucian Prabhu, you start.
Yeah, he's not there. Bhakti Devi.
Nanda Gopal Prabhu. Zoom
I
line.
can read, Prabhu.
Go ahead.
Tayoritham Bhagavati Krishna Nanda Yashodaya Vikshyanuragam Pramam Nandam Maya Ahadova Muda.
Taylor idam bhavagati Krishnananda Yashodayaham Nuragam Paramam Nandam Ahadavo Muda.
Tayo, of the two of them, Itiham, like this, Bhagavati, for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, Lord Krishna, Nanda Jasodayo, of Nanda and Jasoda, Vikshaya, clearly seen, Anugaragam, loving attraction, Paramam, supreme, Nandam, to Nanda, Aha, spoke, Udavaha, Udava, Muda, with joy. Translation. Uddhava then joyfully addressed Nanda Maharaj, having clearly seen the supreme loving attraction he and Jasoda felt for Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. If Uddhava had seen Nanda and Jasoda actually suffering, he would not have reacted with joy. But in fact, all emotions in the spiritual platform are transcendental bliss. The so-called anguish of the pure devotees is another form of loving ecstasy. This was clearly seen by Uddhava, and thus he spoke as follows. Ayoridam Bhagavati Krishna Nanda Jasodayo Vikshananuragam Bharmam Nanda Vadayo Mura. Uddhava then joyfully addressed Nanda Maharaj, having clearly seen the supreme loving affection he and Jasoda felt for Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So yesterday we heard about Mother Jasoda's reaction, and today we're hearing Nanda Maharaj's reaction. These two pure devotees of Krishna acted a little differently due to their relationship with Krishna. Mother Jasoda was wrapped up in remembering Krishna. She had not seen Krishna for some time. And so she was not seeing anyone else, not hearing what those other people said. Nanda Maharaj, on the other hand, felt differently. Each person has a separate and independent relationship with Krishna. Not that everyone is the same. They're distinct and different. The gopis, each individual gopi acted differently in relationship with Krishna. Each of the cowherd boys acted differently in their relationship with Krishna. The inhabitants of Braj, they all acted differently with people, with Krishna. And the inhabitants of Mathura, so on. Later on, those inhabitants of Dwarka. Each had a particular relationship with Krishna. So Uddhava We've heard at the beginning of this chapter that Uddhava was a special friend of Krishna, that he looked like him, he had some of the same mannerisms as Krishna, and that he was Krishna's cousin brother. So when Uddhava saw how Jasoda and Nanda Maharaj reacted, he was very happy. This is how a devotee is supposed to be when they see another devotee, someone else who loves Krishna. Great joy is there, happiness, because it's someone else related to Krishna directly, who's remembering Krishna and who's endeavoring to serve Krishna in some way. Not that we see a devotee and we walk across the street trying to avoid him. We don't want him to see that I'm in this part of the town doing whatever activity I was about to do. Huh? No, a Vaishnava is always searching after ways to remember Krishna in whatever activity he's doing. Krishna is in the forefront of his thoughts, just like Krishna is in the fourth thoughts of Mother Jasoda. And so even though Mother Jasoda is in great anguish, apparently, of course this is transcendental anguish, it's not the same as the material anxiety that's exhibited by conditioned souls. Though she was absorbed in remembering Krishna, almost in the same way that she was absorbed in remembering Krishna while she was churning the butter. She is churning the butter and thinking of Krishna. At this time, Krishna's away in the forest. She can't see him directly, so she's remembering Krishna. These are examples for us to follow. Not that we are advanced persons like Jasoda and Nanda Maharaj, but they're giving us encouragement to search out our relationship with Krishna. I'm not saying that we become members of what used to exist in the beginning, in the 70s. If the Gopi Baba Club in the 1970s, when Prabhupada was still here, a number of devotees on the West Coast, especially centered around Los Angeles, came across a lot of pastimes, very intimate pastimes of Radharani and Krishna in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, and so they were trying to find out their special individual relationship with Krishna. They were trying to act like this gopi or that gopa, as if they were advanced devotees. Maybe some of them were. We really don't know. But anyway, the end result was that Prabhupada chastised them. Just don't try to be someone that you're not. So if we are humble devotees, like Lord Chaitanya said, humbler than a blade of grass, devoid of all sense of false prestige, devoid of all sense of false prestige. That's a big word there. Not being overly proud, just a humble servant, dasana das, servant of the servant. So it's important to understand one's relationship with Krishna. I guess I should mention something about Damodar. Also, since this is his time of the year, one of the most auspicious months of the Gaudiya Vaishnava calendar, is the month of Damodar, Damodar Mas. Of course, this coincides with the Hindu Kartik festival, because they are both the same lunar calendar. But the Kartik festival is centered on the return of Ram to Ayodhya and how they received him. It was getting dark out, and he arrived in the city of Ayodhya with Sita, Lakshman, and all the inhabitants appeared on the roofs of the palatial buildings. And they were lighting his way with lamps, Deepa, or Deepavali. Rows and rows of lamps were there to light the pathway so that Lord Ram could see where he was going. But this is not part of our tradition per se, although he is an avatar of Lord Krishna. This month, for specifically the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, is about that personage who pulled down the twin Arjuna trees by use of the churning mortar of Mother Jasoda. So this personage of Damodar, because he was a rascal, Mother Jasoda tried to tie him up. This is why he's called Damodar. Damodar means one who is tied up. She hasn't learned to turn off. Doesn't know how. Okay. Anyway, so Damodar, in his relationship with Mother Jasoda, is sort of playing with her in a joyful way. She's trying to tie him, but the rope is this much too short. And so she is taking another rope and tying it and trying to put it around his waist. But again, it is this much too short. So this is the mystic potency of this little Damodar boy. So this month of Damodar has a number of particular functions. And the use of lamps in this is part of that worship. That's where it holds the similarity to the standard Kartik festival. And so one is offering lamp to Damodar. He's watering Tulsi. Now this is for the lay members of the congregation, specifically, to encourage them in the devotional practices of the Vaishnavas. There are 10 different practices that one is supposed to perform. And so it is said that by practicing this for the month of Damodar, one will be relieved of the sins that one has occurred in his past year. But usually it does not mention that these practices are the practices of the priests in the temple who worship the deities, who do this practice every day of the whole year, not just for 1 month. So it's to give the lay members of the congregation an opportunity, a taste of what devotion is like, so that they may be encouraged to expand their activities of devotion towards Lord Krishna. Maybe before they were only doing it on a full moon night. Maybe they're only chanting 4 rounds. It gives them during this month to increase their number of rounds. It gives them an opportunity. One of the principles was come before the deity and render some personal service. And so they're doing this for 1 month. And maybe in the course of doing that for 1 month, they'll feel enlivened, they'll feel enthused, and come every day thereafter. That is the purpose behind this month of Damodar, is to encourage those who are not already practicing and to give solace to those who already are. That they may gain greater attachment to remembering Lord Krishna. And so, Uddhava, seeing Mother Jasoda, even though Mother Jasoda has tears running down her face, but as mentioned in the purport, this anxiety, these tears are not the same as that of a conditioned soul. These are tears of joy of seeing Krishna, even though it's only within her mind. And so, Uddhava, understanding Mother Jasoda's mentality, she is her absorption in Krishna, and this gives Uddhava great joy. Because when one Vaishnava sees another Vaishnava engaged in devotional service to Krishna, he becomes very happy to see this other person's joy. And for him, Mother Jashoda was exhibiting symptoms of joy, not of lamentation. These were tears of happiness. At least that's how Uddhava perceived it. That's how the other Vaishnavas should also perceive it. In devotional life, especially when someone is new to devotional practices, he is enlivened by seeing these other devotees in the temple. But after some passage of time, he also starts to see faults in these other devotees. And this is not a good policy. Faults may be there, but to the Vaishnava, those are like marks, pot marks on the moon. So a Vaishnava sees the moon and thinks, oh, so wonderful, this manifestation of Lord Krishna. Yeah? And a materialistic person will see, oh, look at all these nasty marks on the moon. How could you think it is beautiful? It looks terrible. These dirty spots on the moon. And so one should try not to find fault. Fault may be there, but they're unimportant. What is important is that this Vaishnava, this devotee, he is engaged in the devotional practices. He may be having some trouble, but he's on the path. He is like the elephant who has taken bath and now is throwing some dirt on his body. These are analogies that Prabhupada uses. He's taking bath, and because he's involved in the process, he is saintly. So we should see others as this, and our reaction should be, if we are seeing these faults, pray to Krishna. Please help him to overcome his difficulties. Not go and complain to others, this person's doing this nonsense. He's inappropriate. This is improper behavior for Vaishnava. He doesn't see the faults in others. Just as Uddhava does not see any fault with what Mother Jasoda is doing. He's joyful because she's engaged in remembering Krishna. This is where his joy is coming from. Seeing or absorption in Krishna. When is class supposed to end? 9? 9 o'clock? Okay, so then we'll have some comments, some questions.
Hello, Ruhith Prabhu. Thank you very much for giving such a nice class and making that point that, yeah, all of us have an individual relationship with the Supreme Lord, and in his various incarnations, as we understand, above the Brahmajyoti, there are unlimited Vaikuntha planets where there's unlimited forms of the Lord, including Narasingha, Varaha. Then above that, there's Ayodhya Dham. So there's devotees that love the Lord, like you said, during the month of Kartik. They're really into Lord Ramachandra. Above Ayodhya Dham, there's Dwarka Dham. And above that is Golok. So each one of us has an individual relationship with...
We actually can't hear the comment. Can't hear the comment? No. We know someone is speaking, but we can't hear what they're saying. Oh, okay.
Anyways, that's my only comment there.
Okay. Anyone else in Zoom? Or some comment? Bhagavinda? All right, thank you, Rohit Prabhu. A very nice class. And another, when you were talking about one should, I really like the analogy of the moon and the pot marks and the devotee. When you see a nice full moon, is you should see the beauty of the moon, not focus on the small indiscretions. And another analogy related to the shower that Prabhupada used was that if someone is in the shower, they're getting clean, even though they may not at present be clean. We shouldn't see them as not being clean because they're in the shower getting clean. And I liked your points about the month of Kartik and the different things that are going on in the month of Kartik. And that Kartik, I didn't know that Kartik refers to the Ram Leela and called the month of Kartik, and the Kartik Vrat and Damodar Vrat relating to, of course, Lord Damodar. So thank you for that. Anybody else?
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much for the wonderful class. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Rohita Prabhu. Thank you for the nice class, and I really enjoyed some of the things that you said. I really want to meditate upon it. First, you said that everybody has a unique relationship with Krishna. That's how you started. Nanda Maharaj and Mother Yashoda had a unique relationship with Krishna. So the way they expressed their separation is different, and feelings of separation. And so therefore, and also you ended up saying with the familiarity feeds the contempt. Like when we are with people, with the devotees for a long time, we tend to become more trying to find the fault in them. So what we forget is that everybody is unique in their relationship to Krishna, and therefore their way of conducting their devotional life may be different from the way we conduct our life, or I conduct our life, or my life. So I'm just trying to tie both in and saying that we should not be judgmental, rather we should be more focused in how this person is in relationship to Krishna, or at least this person is a devotee still. And so I like that. I like the point that you are saying that that we should our first criteria of evaluation is whether this person is a devotee or not devotee. then we should not be fault finding on anybody, but at least amongst us, when there is something happening, first thing that we should see is whether this person is a devotee, and if that comes as a first, then we should be able to deal with other things much easier. Quite often we forget that, and then we tend to fault find and try to do all kinds of things, which is not very nice. And so thank you very much. I have to meditate upon this more and more. It's for my own sake. So thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Haribo. Anybody else? I can't.
Okay. I'm requesting Prem Purushottam Prabhu, come from all the way from Sharanagati. He is the one who was talking, and Jai Govinda said that he could not hear.
Yeah, so I made a comment. Yeah, it was a very nice class that Prabhu gave. And yes, so that he was speaking about our relationship with the Lord. So we understand that beyond the Brahmajyoti, Krishna's effulgence, there's Vaikuntha Loka, where there's unlimited spiritual planets, and there's unlimited forms of the Lord, including Narasingha, Varaha, Kurma, etc., etc., etc. And there are many devotees there who are eternally residing there. One of them is, of course, Sri Prahlad Maharaj, who has a beautiful, unique relationship with the Lord in the form of Narasimhadev. Above that Dham, that spiritual Dham, is Ayodhya Dham, the spiritual Ayodhya Dham. So this month of Kartik has a lot to do with Lord Brahmachandra's pastimes. Of course, like Prabhu said, he's returning back from his sojourn in the forest after defeating Ravan and rescuing his wife Sita. So during this month, there's many, many devotees of Lord Ram who are very, very in a meditative mood because they want to be with Lord Ram, and they'll go to Ayodhya Dham. They'll be there. Then above that, there's Dwarka Dham. And above that, there's Golok. So in all these dhams, there are eternal servitors of the Lord, Nitya Siddha Mahabhagavat devotees, who are serving their Lord in their own way. And it's perfect, and everything is fine with that. So that's the only comment that I made, that yes, all of us have a unique relationship. It may not be with Krishna Bhagavan or Damodar. It could be with Ram. It could be with one of the forms of Lord Narayan. Each one of us has a very, very unique relationship. I remember when Narada Muni's Prabhu's mother passed away, and she asked her son, other devotees, they were there, she asked her son to please bring her a picture of Sita, Ram, Lakshman, Hanuman. So he did. And at that moment, she left her body. Haribol.
Thank you very much for nice comment, Prem Purushottam Prabhu. It's interesting why Hindu, whatever other calendar, they start from Amavasya to Amavasya. That what you are telling is Deepavali. Deepavali falls on Amavasya, and that is the day when Ramchandra comes back to Ayodhya, as you said, lighting and all other things. I remember, I too noticed that people are lighting starting from that day to another Amavasya. Any idea why this discrepancy is there? Why our Sampradaya does from full moon to full moon?
Because that's what Lord Chaitanya did. Chaitanya did that. This is why we are called Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Because in Lord Chaitanya's time, that particular area of India that includes West Bengal, Bihar state, Orissa,
Right.
Manipur, and Bangladesh. This area of India is called Gaudadesh, because that is where Lord Chaitanya went on regular kirtans with his devotees. He went to all those areas regularly during his time on the planet. Of course, not when he was traveling through South India, but during the other times when he was stationed in Jagannath Puri, he would go to these different places with kirtan parties. And so when he went to these different places, he introduced this idea of Damodar to help people focus on Lord Krishna's pastimes. Because he's Krishna Bhakta, and so the focus is on Krishna Bhakta. Not that Ram is lesser, just is that the source of all incarnations is Krishna. And so we don't want to be distracted from this Smartavya Satatam Vishnu, always remembering Krishna, or in this case, Vishnu. So depending upon your interest, you are worshiping Krishna in that particular form that is attractive towards you, or you feel attractive towards. Just like Murari Gupta was absorbed in Ram Leela. Yeah? And so on, So that is there. And Lord Chaitanya didn't dissuade him from doing that. Just like I was told by Dr. Sananda that, I'm not sure how true this is, that when Lord Chaitanya toured South India, he came to the ancestral home of Dr. Sananda in Kerala. And that when Lord Chaitanya was there, he imparted directions to his ancestors on how to worship Tulsi. And those weren't always in agreement with what is in the Shastra, because it was in the mood of Lord Chaitanya. And Lord Chaitanya is always very practical in directing one towards Krishna. So, for example, there's one injunction in the Shastra that says, one should not take metal and cut Tulsi with this metal. In other words, not with a knife, not with a scissor, or any kind of tool like that. And you should pick Tulsi with your fingers in a particular way. But Lord Chaitanya instructed that you can use implements if you can make the cut cleaner so that the Tulsi will heal quickly. That's the practicality behind his teaching. And similarly, there's a number of days in which you're not supposed to touch Tulsi, or you're not even supposed to shake Tulsi. But Lord Chaitanya said it's all right if it's in the service of Tulsi. If you want Tulsi to look more beautiful, you shake her branches very gently so that those leaves that are loose will fall off, so that these light-colored leaves will fall away and you'll see nice green leaves on her. So many different rules were there, and Lord Chaitanya said that practical application of the service is more important than following the rituals that were given in the Shastra. The rituals given in Shastra are meant to elevate one to a higher platform. Now, Gaudiya Vaishnavas consider themselves, like many Sampradayas, that they are a little better than the others. And so Lord Chaitanya said that we are, by practicing personal service to the deity, and Tulsi was considered to be a deity, that in practice of serving the deity, this also applies to Srila Prabhupada, our founder Acharya, that they are deities and we should serve them in a practical way, a way that that shows one's absorption in worship of this deity. For example, on the Vyasasana, there's a nameplate that says A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, founder Acharya of ISKCON. Now, Prabhupada considers that sign to be essential to be present in all of the ISKCON centers, and that it was non-different from him. So this means if you go to put a garland on Prabhupada and you're approaching from the front, you're not supposed to reach over the top, because then you're reaching over Prabhupada to put a garland on the murti of Prabhupada. So the practicality is you move that sign out of the way, and you move the paduka out of the way, the footprint. You move them out of the way, and then you put the garland on Prabhupada, and then you put those things back. Otherwise, you're being offensive. And so that's how you become practical, by doing that. And so you recognize that Prabhupada is a person. So you put his water glass on his right-hand side so he can pick it up with his right hand. Now, some people would put the water glass down low so that Prabhupada would have to reach down. You shouldn't do that. You should make it so it's convenient for his need. Now, you can't put everything on his right-hand side, so the Bhagavatam you put on the left-hand side so that he can read. But he'll reach with his right hand and pick it up. He may turn the pages with his left hand, but he'll pick the book up with his right hand. So everything about that is practical. Just like some people, when they are getting ready for putting him to rest, they'll take his bead bag off and they'll set it on the cushion where Prabhupada is sitting. You're not supposed to do that, because Prabhupada's feet touch this cushion, and he considers the cushion to be unclean. And he would not put his beads there. He'd put his beads up higher somewhere. Right. And usually on the right-hand side. You know? On the bolster, yes. On the right-hand side. So everything about Lord Chaitanya's movement was about practical application of developing the bhakti consciousness. So this Dhammadarastika I mentioned is about those who are not, specifically for those who are not daily practicing Vaishnava practices. That for this month of Damodar, or if you like, this month of Kartik, that at this time we will practice this for this 1 month, and in the process of daily practicing for that month, we'll develop some attachment to the activity. And by this attachment, it will become easier for us to smartavya satatam Vishnu, to always remember Krishna. And so it is specifically for them. Now, those who are daily worshiping Krishna in that way, they're already doing it. It's not an essential practice for them because they're doing it now every day anyway. You know, it's to give the others the encouragement to come to that higher level. Not that those who are living in the temple are more advanced. They may be, and they may not be, but at least they're a little higher situated. And everyone should come to that higher level. It may be difficult. That's what surrender is about. It's overcoming difficulties that are placed before us, whatever they are. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srimad Bhagvatam.
Thank you very much, Ruhith Prabhu. And Jai Govinda Prabhu, are you there?
Yes, I am. So tonight is our module Shri Ishupanishad of the Bhakti Shastri course. And I want to bring everyone's attention that our class is on the Kartik month Zoom channel, not this regular temple channel, morning program channel, but it's on the Kartik channel. I did send out yesterday to our group, and I'll do the same today, the details and the login information for our classes during the month of Kartik, because apparently many want to tune in to the evening Damodar Astakam prayers, and of course you're encouraged to do that. So this evening, Upanishad class, part of the Bhakti Shastri class, and we will be on the Kartik Zoom channel. I believe it's also on our webpage. I'll double check that. All right, thank you. Look forward to seeing you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Jagendra Prabhu. Now, let's chant 3 times the Mahamantra for the benefit of all the living entities in the world, especially for our new temple construction. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Avakara Kamala Varanakam, Adbhuta Sringam, Dalita Diranyakashipu, Tanubrinda, Keshavadirta, Narahari Rupa, Jai Jagadishari, Jai Jagadishari, Jai Jagadishari. Jai Narsingadev, 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 Narsingadev. Jai Prahlad Mara, Prahlad Mara, Prahlad Mara, Prahlad Mara, Prahlad Mara, Prahlad Mara. Jai Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. May their Lordship Sri Sri Radha Madana Mohana, Radha Madana Gopal, Damodar Yashodamaya, Jagannath Baldev Subhadramaya, Sudarshan Bhagwan, Narsinga Bhagwan, Prahlad Maharaj, Gauranitai, Panchatattva, Tulsi Maharani, Guru Parampara, and Srila Prabhupada. Please bless all of us so that we'll be fit and fine and serve you wherever we are, especially come together to build a wonderful new temple here as soon as possible. Have mercy, have mercy, have mercy on all of us. Bless us, bless us, bless us. Thank you, all of you, for joining the program. Have a wonderful day. Hare Krishna.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Sita Ram Jaya Sita 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 Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram. Patita Pavana Sita Ram. 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 Sita Ram Jaya 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 Sita Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai 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 Ram. Oh Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Oh Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Sita 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 Ram
after seat, but there's a regular seat also in the pocket in the front. I took that one instead. And I got the guard, but I put it in the front. Yeah. रोटी डेली बजे सूचे हो जाए फिर दे आओ बजे सूचे को रोटी खाए
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vandeham Shri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavang Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathantam त्वं सजीवम् सात्विकं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्यदेवम् श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती नामिनी श्री वार्षभानवी देवी दयिताय कृपाभये कृष्ण संबंध विज्ञान दायिने प्रभवे नमः माधुर्योज्जल प्रेमाढ्य श्रीरूपानुगभक्ति श्री गौरा करुणाशक्ति विग्रहाय नमस्ते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमते दीनतारिणी रूपानुगतिर्व्याप सिद्धंत धन्तहारिणी नमः गौरकिशोराय साक्षात् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्भरसाम्बोधि पादाम्बुजाय श्री नमः नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगबरायति गौरयाविर्भावभूमेष्टम् निर्देश सज्जन प्रिया वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय नमः वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यः वैष्णवेभ्यः नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्नाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतिसे नमः। पंचतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्त्यावतारं भक्त्याख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तितम्। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कंच राधा कंच नमस्ते। जयतां श्रुतौ पंगं ममो मन्दर्मते गते मत्सर्वस्यपदां भोजो राधा मदन मोहन विद्वद्वृन्दारण्य कल्पद्रुमाधा श्रीमद्रत्नागार सिंहासनस्थौ श्री राधा शील गोविंद देवौ प्रसादिभिसेव्यमानं स्मरामि। श्रीमानरासरसारम्भी बंशीबटतटस्थितः कर्षणवेणोत्सनं गोपी गोपीनाथ कृष्ण सप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेशनी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Vade Nanda Vade